I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be this stuck person that is hating life. There's gonna be a crap ton of resistance. I might not shower today, but I can make the bed. Feeling stuck and unmotivated can feel like you're trapped in quicksand. It's like no matter how hard you try, you just can't move forward. Even the smallest moves feel so hard to make. I mean, I've never really been trapped in quicksand, but I would assume that it would feel that way. I've had a boot stuck in mud before. I would assume it's like that, but 10 times harder. I've learned to lean into some really simple ways to help shift myself out of that. And today in this video, I wanted to share some of those things that help me get out of the rut and just get my sparkle back again when I just don't feel like adulting anymore. So I did a recent Instagram post about getting unstuck and just like bullet point tips and things that I like to do to help shift me out of that. But I really wanted to expand more. If you've been around here for a little bit, I've talked about how YouTube is the platform for me because I don't feel like I'm contained into a little box and I can really elaborate on things.
Because I can talk and talk and talk and talk.
Instagram tries to make me fit my thoughts into a tiny caption and I can't do it very well. So I'm a work in progress. What I've learned is that without this crucial step, I will be guaranteed to stay stuck. And that is first making the choice. Making the choice that I want to get unstuck and that I want to change my current reality. And I know someone's out there like,
oh, is this going to be one of those videos where they're just like, believe in yourself and you can be unstuck?
No, we will actually talk about some like tangible, actionable things that you can do. But I do believe that it starts with making the choice that I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be this stuck person that is hating life, and I am the only one that can make the choice to change that. So yes, making the choice. You might not like that answer, but it's the answer. Next, I have these 3 reminders for myself that I need to get better at using when I actually am stuck. But it's 3 reminders to help me get into the right frame of mind for getting unstuck. 1, it's gonna be hard. 2, there's gonna be a crap ton of resistance. But 3, I am going to thank myself later. And that's just the facts of getting unstuck. Those 3 things I like to have in my back pocket to remind myself when I am making that choice to get unstuck. Being aware can help a lot when these things come up. When the resistance comes up, you get, oh, this is meant to happen. This is meant to happen. I'm trying to get unstuck. It's not supposed to be easy, but I'm going to thank myself later. Like constantly reminding myself that goes a long way. I just need to get better at doing that. I start super small. And I like to say like I start stupid small because like when I say start small in all the things, in all the videos, whenever I'm telling you to start small, I'm saying start small, like start stupid small. Like that feels like too small. Like making your bed. Like, oh, I can do that. Obviously I can do it. That's the point. It's supposed to be so stupid small. It's all about getting you the quick win, the easy win. So start super small. This is not about overhauling your life overnight and being super motivated and this is no, we are not that, okay? This is not the phase of life that we are in right now, obviously. Else, why are you watching this video? Sometimes it's as simple as making your bed when you get up in the morning. And that one is it for me. That's always on the list for me when I'm starting small. Make the bed. I can do that. I can do that. I might not shower today, but I can make the bed. And I know if you're like me, you sometimes have a hard time with feeling like the task is good enough. Like that's not enough. Like you're still beating yourself up because you haven't done enough. You're not feeling motivated enough. If you have it in you to wake up and make your bed when you were in this phase of feeling stuck, that is a friggin' win. I don't care what nobody says. So it's about letting go of those feelings of that's not good enough. That's not enough. I'm not doing enough. Let go of it. We're in the quicksand, okay? That's not gonna help us get out. So it's about embracing the small and throwing good enough out the window. We're not looking for good enough at this point. We are just looking at starting something, taking a action. Whatever that action is, it's about taking that small action and getting the win. We need to get some wins on our plate because life's been struggling and we haven't seen a win in a while, okay? So get the small win. Do something. Take action. And I promise you, those small daily habits, they will add up over time. This is not about having an accountability buddy that's going to tell you what to do with your life. No. We're not doing that. And if you're trying to get an accountability buddy to get you to make your bed or do this or go work out, stop right now. We're stuck. No one can pull us out right now. This is about saving ourselves, okay? This is about looking within, not putting this on external things. It's about taking responsibility of where we are. And right now we are stuck. Telling your friend to yell at you to make your bed or get to the gym, it's not going to help right now, okay? I just believe that there is so much power in learning how to pull yourself out of the mud. Out of that stuck phase, which I'm calling the mud right now. There's so much power in being able to do it for yourself and take back that sense of control. And without always looking externally for those things, it's about making that decision internally and being the one to take the action to do it. You know what I mean? Instead of waiting for someone else to pull you out. This is about being able to look within to find the resilience and the discipline to be able to show up for yourself in simple, small, achievable ways. And one thing that helps me, that's like an actionable thing that you can do, is to write down 3 simple things. Keyword simple. Do not get stuck in the that's not good enough. Write down 3 simple things that I can start doing to get the ball rolling. Again, this is not about a life overhaul. It's about creating movement and momentum. It's the slow, steady movements that are going to get us out of that mud and propel us into action. Okay, we know I've been talking a lot about mud, okay? Mud is the phase of being in the stuckness of life, right? Think of a car tire being stuck in the mud. You try to move, but the wheel keeps spinning in place. It's spinning in circles. It's getting nowhere. It's draining the car. And that's how it can feel in life. It can just feel really draining when you're in this stuck phase. The other year, though, I learned that you can actually help get your car out of the mud by using sticks. So you take the sticks and you stick them under the front or the back of the tire, and you use that to kind of give you leverage, to prop the wheel out so that you can get some traction to get the wheel going out of the mud. Our camper van got stuck in the mud, and we did this, and it actually worked. And I couldn't believe that it worked. Just a couple of sticks that we found lying around. So when I ask you to write down this list of the 3 small tasks that you can do, these are your sticks. You're writing down your sticks that you're going to stick under the tire, which is you, to help propel you out of the mud so that you can gain some momentum in your life and move towards the things that you want for yourself. The sticks are so important because they give you the wiggle room. They help loosen you up so you can get going again after just being so stuck and stiff, feeling down and unmotivated and drained. The sticks help you gain the traction to build off of. So a big part is figuring out where you're feeling stuck in your life. For example, for me, it was with my fitness. My fitness routine felt so stagnant as I was living with chronic pain from a lingering injury. I couldn't work out like I used to. It was really frustrating, and I just felt like my body had given up on me, and I lost a lot of my strength, and it just made me lose a lot of motivation because I couldn't move my body in the ways that I really had grown to love moving my body, and it just felt like it was stripped away from me overnight. And that was so defeating. I just felt like I kept moving backwards, and then it made it harder for me to show up for myself. Made it hard for me to want to show up for myself because it was like, well, what's the point? I can't even do the things that I want to do. I essentially lost that fit and healthy version of myself, and it was like a loss of identity, and I didn't realize it at the time, and you know, in hindsight it's 2020, but I was going through a loss of identity. I don't think I realized it at the time because I didn't think that this injury was going to be a major part of my life. And here we are 5 years later, and it's still a part of my life, and I thought it was just going to be something I would deal with for a couple of weeks and move past. So I never expected it to turn into what it did, and then I was just here years later with this loss of identity and so unfit and so unhappy with where I was, and lacking a severe lack in motivation to do anything about it, and just feeling lost in myself. There had to come a point where I made the decision to take back control, to find that version of myself again. And it genuinely came down to a choice, because every single day we are being presented with choices that are either moving us closer or further away from our reality that we desire. So I had to take back control when it came to moving my body. I had to learn how to fall back in love with it. And I had to start with what I could do, which didn't feel like a lot at the time. It felt like what I said before. It wasn't enough. Stretching. That's not a workout. You know, this was my mindset. I started with the stretching. 5 to 10 minutes. 1 stick. Then I started to add this 12-minute Pilates video into my routine. Another stick. I would do that a couple times a week. And eventually I found a body weight program that I could actually do consistently without flaring up my injury. It wasn't the lifting heavy that I was used to, that I was loving before, but it was something. And it was an adjustment to get used to moving my body in different ways and actually finding things and experimenting with things until I found what I liked. But then a shift started to happen and I started to feel like I was getting a bit of a physical challenge again. And that was exciting. And I essentially just started to slowly fall back in love with that feeling again and that feeling of moving my body. And I started to feel excited about finding different ways that I could move my body that felt like I was building that strength back up. And it definitely took way longer than I expected or wanted or any of that. And I hit many setbacks during that time and I felt so defeated, but I kept showing up. And there were periods where I would fall back into the unmotivated feelings and then I would be like, I can't stay here. I can't stay here because this is moving me further away from what I want. And so I would get back up, find the sticks, pick up the sticks again, and I would pull myself back out. And it went like that for a while until, this year was the first year since that injury that I've really felt like I've turned a corner. But I would have never got there if I didn't look for those sticks. And sometimes the sticks were too small or they weren't strong enough. And I had to test and try out different things until I found what was going to work for me. What was going to propel me from where I was to where I wanted to be. Or a little bit closer to that, okay? Like I said, this is not about the overhaul overnight. This isn't about like a 180. We're just trying to move a couple degrees, okay? But now I'm currently in the middle of training for a 100-kilometer hike, which sounds crazy. And before this injury, that would never be something that I would even think to tackle. But because I've had to pivot in how I move my body, it's allowing me to explore different things and it's been fun. At the end of the day, it's been fun. I won't say that the journey has been fun because there were definitely downsides to it and times where it really felt like not fun and defeating. But I just feel grateful to be here.
Don't mind the construction noises in the background.
I just feel grateful to be here. I feel grateful that I kept looking for the sticks. I feel grateful that, I kept making the choice, even when I hit the setbacks. And I know when I hear that, it makes it seem like, okay, you hit the setback and you just got right back up. No, that's not how it worked for me. I would hit the setbacks and I would be in that setback for a little bit. And then I would make the choice, I can't stay here. It wasn't like an immediate, setback, let's keep going, let's keep pushing. No, that's not how this went for me. And in the past, I'm sure I've experienced that, but with this example, it was such a struggle. It was such a battle, an uphill battle. And I don't even feel like I'm fully up I don't think I've made it to the summit, okay? I'm still going. But the point is that I'm going. I'm doing something. And I'm finally starting to feel like myself again in my workouts. And it's been a long time coming, honey, I'll tell you that. But I didn't give up on my initial desire to feel fit and healthy in my body. I didn't know what that journey was going to look like, but we're getting there. The path has been long and hard, but we are getting there. I kept going and I kept doing the small thing. Going from a 5-minute stretching session or a 12-minute Pilates video to hiking for 5 days straight. That's progress, baby. I'll take it. I mean, I haven't hiked for 5 days straight yet, but that's the plan and that's what I'm training for. I'm working out on an average of 5 days a week now versus a 12-minute Pilates video twice a week. So it's progress. It's progress. I know that this video is not this huge revelation. It was never meant to be. It's about the simplicity of this. It's about keeping it small and simple and achievable. Keeping those 3 reminders of unstucking yourself close to you when you are in this phase. It's going to be hard. There's going to be resistance, but you're going to thank yourself. Keeping those 3 things in your back pocket. Finding your sticks by writing down 3 to 5 small things, small habits, small tasks that you can do for yourself to help start propelling you to take some sort of action to start moving that needle. And doing that today or this week, don't keep putting it off. And making the decision that you don't want to be stuck anymore. And not giving up on yourself, even if it's not happening as quick as you'd like. That's it. That's this video summed up in a paragraph. So all that to say, if you're feeling stuck right now, you have to wake up tomorrow and do the things. I just gave you the whole paragraph. You take it and you run with it slowly. You have to decide that you want to get unstuck. Then you have to go out there and find your sticks and slowly start pulling yourself out of the mud. Little by little, day by day. Don't give up on your initial desire that you want for yourself, that big vision that you have for yourself, because this is your one life. So do you want to keep going about it passively, or actually be intentional about how these next few years go by? Because the time is going to pass anyway, but it's time for you to make a choice. I hope that this has helped. If you have any tips for getting unstuck, drop them below because we can help each other out. Consider subscribing, and I hope to see you tuning into another video soon. Bye!